everyone, and welcome to my channel. Well, they say elegance is in simplicity, but not today. Today we're gonna work on this gorgeous, elegant Pandora bracelet. I'm actually very proud of this bracelet. It's very simple in the making. As long as you know how to do payout, you just embellish it. That's all it is. And look how gorgeous it is. And again, I did this toggle clasp, and I know I do it a lot because I don't like adding clasp to payout, but here I think you should add this clasp because when you close it, look, it just merges so perfectly, like seamless. Like, you know, when you wear cuff, it moves around in your hand, but when this one moves around, it doesn't make much difference because look, it's so gorgeous. I really love it. So let's get the materials ready. For this one, you'll need a lot of Delicas. I will leave the numbers in the description box, so don't forget to check it out. 11 are Delicas. I'm gonna be using turquoise. Then in the middle, I embellished it with 4mm Swarovski Bicones. You can use any 4mm beads here, but again, I'll be using Bicones. Today I'm gonna be using light Amethyst 4mm. And then on the sides, you'll need stone chips. Smaller the stone chips, better it is. I'm gonna be using, again, Amethyst to match my Swarovski Bicones. Then you'll need some 15-0 Tohos. You can use 15-0 Miyukis as well if you want. I'm gonna be using gold. And then you'll need a stop bead. Then you'll need your beading needle. I'm gonna be using size 10 to do the payout, but to do the sides, I will have to use size 12 because my stone chips have really small holes in them. So, you know, depending on how big or small your stone chips are, you might want to switch needles or just work with size 12. Then you'll need beading needle. I'm gonna be using Nymo size D. I'm gonna be using gray. It really blends nicely with the colors. Then you'll need scissors to cut the thread. So that's all the materials you need. I'm gonna thread my needle with 2 yards. You'll be using a lot of thread here, and it's very easy to add thread, get rid of the tail in payout. If you don't know how to, I will leave in the description box to a short tutorial where I show you how to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead, thread my needle, get my beads ready, and then we'll get to work. So this bracelet is 24 Delicas wide. Potentially, you could decrease that, you could increase that number. It's entirely up to you. It's just I have 24 beads, and then I divide it into 2 strips of 10 on each side and then 4 in between. So, you know, instead of having 10 on each side, you can have 8, you can have 6, you can have 4. So, you know, you just decide what you want, multiply that 2 and add 4 in between. So for example, if you want 6, that would be 12 plus 4, 16 beads wide. So it's entirely up to you. It's just in the end you will have to decide how to do your clasp. But this one we're gonna make 24 beads. So I'm gonna go ahead, take my stop bead. I'm gonna leave a tail of about 1 foot just to make sure I have some thread in the end if I need to adjust the size of the length. So I advise the same. And then take your needle back through the stop bead. And now we're just gonna do even count payout stitch. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up 24 Delicas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I have 5, 10, 15.
24. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop it down to my stop bead. And then we do our 3rd row, because basically when you pick up your beads, you pick up the beads of your first 2 rows, and whatever I add on top of it is going to be the 3rd row now. So I'm going to pick up 1 Delica, see where my thread is. I'm going to go ahead, skip this first bead and pick up the one after. And that's what happens. Pick up 1 bead. See where my thread is? You skip 1 bead, pick up the one after. Okay, here I am. See our payout stitch is forming. Pick up 1 bead, see where the thread is, skip 1, pick up the one after. Pick up 1 bead, skip 1 bead, pick up the one after. That's what we have. Pick up one bead, skip one bead, pick up the one after. Pick up one bead, skip one bead, pick up the one after. Pick up one bead, skip one bead, pick up the one after. Pick up one bead, skip one bead, pick up the one after. Pick up one bead, skip one, pick up the one after. Pick up one bead, skip one, pick up the one after. Pick up one bead, skip one, pick up the one after. Pick up one bead, skip one, pick up the one after, and I think that's our last bead. Yeah. So once I go through that last bead, from now on it's just gonna get easier. First I want to go ahead and adjust my beads so it looks like Peyote Stitch. So, you know, just placing all the beads in place. So here I am. I have my first 3 rows. I'm gonna show you how to do one more row, and then from there you continue on your own. If you are new to Payout, I would suggest to check out my other tutorials. In the description box, I will leave a tutorial to a bracelet, Eternity bracelet. That's where I show all the basics of Payout. I don't want to take up too much time in this tutorial doing a lot of Payout. So I'm going to pick up one bead. All I do when I start a new row is go through the sticky beads. See those beads that are sticking out? Those are the ones I'm going to go through. Every single row we do after is repetitious. It's going to be exactly the same. So I'm going to pick up one bead, go through the first sticking out bead. Just pull your thread here and here. Here it is. Pick up one bead, go through the next sticking out bead. See? It's forming. Pick up one bead, go through the next sticking out bead. That's all you do. You just add one bead between all those beads that are sticking out. That easy. One bead, go through the next. 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 One bead, go through the last one here. And then once you're done with your row, all you do, you just flip it over and you do the next row exactly the same way. So continue like that until you have approximately 10 rows. You already have 4. The way you count, you just see the last 2 columns here. All you do, count 1, 2, 3, 4. You already have 4. Go ahead, make 6 more, and then I'm gonna meet you back here. So I have my 10 rows now, and now it's time to split it into 2. So what we're gonna do here, I'm just gonna start my peyote, but I'm gonna add only 5 beads. So this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. 4, and 5. So what I did here, I added 5 Delicas, and now what I have to do, I have to turn back. So basically we are splitting this into 2 strips of 10 beads wide. So here, see where my thread's coming out of? If you count from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have to turn back now. I'm gonna pick up 1 Delica, go backwards now. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. Pick up Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. Pick up Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. Pick up Delica, go through the last sticking out bead. So now you just continue building your peyote on top of this strip, and how you size it, this clasp doesn't really add much length. Plus, when you finish this peyote, and in the end when we embellish it with the stone chips lifts up your bracelet a bit, so it will shrink in size. So when you do your peyote, I want you to make sure that you have a bit of extra room. See this one, before I added the stone chips, I sized for my wrist, and then when I added the stone chips, it shrunk. So I can fit it on my wrist, but it's so tight. Look how tight it is. So just continue like this until you have a required length for your wrist, and that is from here until the end. You just put it around your wrist and see if it touches. So once it touches, stop and meet me back here. So here I am, I finished one side, and when I put it around my hand, you can see 2 ends are touching, even overlapping a bit, so that's what you want to have. And now it's time to do the second one. So I took my needle from here, I'm gonna leave this tail for now. I thread my needle with 3 yards. What I'm gonna do now, so see the side of this strap, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna go down here. And I'm gonna pull my thread until I have 2 yards. I'm gonna leave 1 yard on this side, but that I'm leaving to add the bicones later. So, you know, I don't have to add thread again. So I'm just gonna pull my thread until I have 1 yard tail. That's about right. I'm just gonna leave it aside for now. And now I'm gonna make my way. See the sticking out beads? I have to come out of the second one, this one. So I'm just gonna make my way there. Go down here. Not gonna pull my thread too hard. Gonna go up here. So make sure you leave 1 yard on this side, or you can add thread later, it's up to you. I just want to avoid adding more thread and ending up with more tails to get rid of. Just gonna go straight through these 2 beads here. Now I'm gonna go here. This bead here and straight through the second sticking out bead. That's where you want to be. And I'm gonna stop until the sun is gone. So here I'm gonna take my thread. Basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna start peyote here. So I'm just gonna take that tail down so it's not on the way. And here I'm gonna start my peyote. Just remember, you have to be coming out of the second sticking out bead. I'm gonna pick up 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the next one. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the next. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the last one here. and you just turn around, pick up one Delica, go back through this sticking out bead, pick up one Delica and go through the next one, pick up one Delica, go through the next one, pick up one Delica, go through the next. It's getting sunny again, but we're almost done here. One Delica, go through the last one here. And now once you came out of the last one here, you turn back around, up, go through the sticking out bead, and you just continue your peyote up and up and up until you have the same length on both sides. So once you reach the other side, stop there and meet me back here. So as you can see, I have both lines ready, and you know, you don't have to count the rows you did because that will be madness. Imagine how many rows you did here. But you just have to stop when you think they're identical. They don't have to be yet. We will fix that later. But when you finish your second row, second strip of peyote, just make sure you finish your row in the same direction you finished the first one. So see here on the first one, my thread's going down. I finished this one as well where my thread is going down. So just that part, make sure that your thread is looking in the same direction. If you finished up, both of them have to be up. The reason for that is how the bead's located in the end. If your threads are looking in different directions, you will not be able to connect these two strips. So now by this time you should have 4 threads coming out of your bracelet. I know it's a bit tricky, but we are almost there. So you have 2 tails here, you have the initial tail, and you have 1 yard tail that we left here. Don't get rid of any of them, you will need them all. So for now, just leave it as it is. I went ahead and thread my needle that I left 1 yard here, and it's time for us to add the bicones, or use whatever 4mm beads you want to use. So I'm just gonna zoom in now. We're gonna start. Every time you pick up the same sequence, you pick up 150-0, 1 4mm, 150-0. That's the sequence you always pick up. And I'm sorry for that. I don't know, that's the paint. Couldn't take it off. So here I am. So in peyote, here you cannot find the bead that's directly opposite it. See, you kind of, this is way to the left, this is way to the right. So go to the one on the right. Okay, here I am. I'm gonna go to this one here. And pull my thread. Here I am. And now how we add the second one. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down 1 bead here. I'm gonna go up 1 bead. And then I'm gonna go down 1 more. Pick up the same sequence, 150-0, 1 4mm, 150-0. And where do you go on the opposite side? Now you don't have to try to find the one that's more left for this. See where I added this one? Just count to 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the bead I have to go to. See, this thread here is coming out of this Delica. So after that I have to count 1, 2, 3. So this is the bead I have to go through. Now it's time to add the third one. I'm gonna go up 1 bead, go down 1 bead, and then up 1 bead. So I'm gonna pick up 150 now, 1 bicone, 150 now. So where I go with my thread, see, this is the bead where the thread is going in. So after that, 1, 2, 3, up. So I'm going to show you one more time, and after that you can just finish off adding 4mm on your own. So you go down 1 bead, up 1 bead, down 1 bead. Pick up the same sequence, 115.0, 1/4 mm, 115.0, and then here, see where this is the bead where my thread's going to. 1, 2, 3, down. So continue that way all the way until you added the bicones until the end, and then I'm gonna meet you back there. So now I added all the bicones, and when you add the bicones, you basically connect these two strips, right? So it's quite straight, and if you notice, my rows are actually quite close to each other, which means they are most likely same length now, and it means I can connect it. So if you want, you can get rid of this tail, the ones that's left from adding the bicone, and the tail that's looking inwards. See, this tail is inside of the strip. Basically, next peyote stitch we're gonna start with the thread that's looking out of the bracelet, which is this one. So with this one, I'm gonna start continuing my peyote, connecting these two and back. So the ones that looking in, I basically don't need anymore. But I'm gonna keep both threads. If you want, if you're struggling with too many tails, get rid of it. If not, you can keep as well. The reason I'm keeping it, once I connected this and I made the loop for the toggle, it will be time to add the stone chips. So instead of adding a lot of tails and stuff, I'm gonna use up these tails as well to add the stone chips. So, you know, I'm not gonna waste these tails. So for now they are there, and now it's time to connect the payout stitch. So what I'm gonna do, take the tail that's looking outwards. It might be looking down, it might be looking up, but basically it has to be on this side or on this side. Mine is here, so I'm gonna start using with this one. I'm gonna pick up one Delica, go backwards through the first sticking out bead, pick up second Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, pick up Delica, go through the next, pick up Delica, go through the next. And now here, once you reached this emptiness, what you do, you pick up 5 Delicas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you go through the next sticking out bead on the other side, this one, and then pull my thread. That's the this tail, see, I just have to pull it down for now. Here, pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, pull my thread, pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, one Delica, go through the last sticking out bead. And now all you have to do is just turn around. I'm gonna pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, and then here, see, I'm gonna pick up one Delica, I'm gonna go through this bead here, the first one here, pick up one Delica. Here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna skip one bead and then go through the next one. See where my thread's coming out of? I'm gonna skip the one after and go through the second bead here. Pick up one Delica, again skip one bead, go through the next one, and you are across the bridge. Pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, pick up one Delica, go through the next, pick up one Delica, go through the next, pick up one Delica, go through the next. And from now on, you just continue your peyote stitch because you already have bridge, so it's quite basic peyote stitch back and forth. Now what you're gonna do, remember when we started our peyote, we started with 10 rows of peyote. Here right now we have 3, so go ahead, add 7 more on this side, and once you're done, these 2 sides have to be identical. Then you're gonna size your bracelet. The clasp we're gonna add literally is not gonna add any length whatsoever to your bracelet, so you have to make sure you have the full required length by the end you finish the sides. So once you reach 10 rows here, try it out on your wrist, and if it's too small, keep on adding 1 extra row on each side. So if you keep on adding 1 on each side, it means this stretch here will be identical on both sides. And once you have your required length, I'm gonna meet you back here. So I'm done adding the sides. I actually finished off this at 10, and then I decided to extend it and added 2 more rows of peyote on each side. And if I put it around my wrist, look how much it overlaps. That's how I want it, see? About a centimeter overlapping. Because I know once I add the stone chips, it's gonna shrink my bracelet, because those stone chips gonna lift up your bracelet. That basically shrinks the circumference of your bracelet. So now it's time to add the loop. We're gonna make this one first. So here I am. I'm gonna pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. I'm starting a new row here. Pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. One Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. That's it. We're gonna make a strip of 6 beads wide. So here, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I'm have to turn back. Go through this sticking out bead. So I'm starting on the 2nd row here. Next sticking out bead. Next sticking out bead. So I have to have 5 rows. I made my 2nd one. I made 1 down, 1 up. So I have to add 3 more. Pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. This is the start of the 3rd row. One Delica, go through the next. One Delica, go through the next. Now it's time to add the 4th one. One Delica, go through the next. One Delica, go through the next. One Delica, go through the next. And now the 5th one. One Delica, next one. One Delica, go through the next one. One Delica, and then go through the last sticking out bead. So I added 5 rows here, and now it's time to add the same one here. So what I have to do, I have to take my needle down through the beads and see the sticking out beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to be coming out of 4, going this direction. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here I am. I'm gonna go down here, go through this bit here, basically making my way to that 4th sticking out bead. Doesn't matter which bit you go through as long as it takes you there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Still a bit to go. And here I am going through the last. So see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm coming out of the 4th sticking out bead. Pick up one Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. We are starting the 1st row. 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the last sticking out, well, 1 Delica. So this is the first row done. We have to do the second one now. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the last sticking out bead. So that's the second row done. Pick up 1 Delica, back through the sticking out bead, 1 Delica, through the next sticking out bead, Delica, through the next sticking out bead. So that's the end of the third row. 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. So that's the end of the fourth row. I have to do one more. 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. So I'm done adding the sides, and now I have to make the bridge on top. So what I do, this bead is 24 bracelets wide. We have 6 beads here, 6 beads here, that's 12. So that leaves me 12 in between. So once I go around and reach this side, I have to pick up 12 beads plus 1 that will go on top here. So let's start. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the first sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through this last sticking out bead. So now I have to make the bridge here. So I have to pick up 12 plus 1 that will go on top of here, because the next bead we're gonna go is this sticking out bead. So I'm gonna pick up 13 Delicas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
13. And now here, I'm gonna go through this sticking out bead. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, and go through the last sticking out bead. And now I have to turn back. So pick up 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead on the way down. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead. See where my thread is? So I have to go through this bead here. And now I have to create the payout pattern here. Pick up 1 Delica, see where my thread is. I have to skip 1 bead and then pick up the one after. Pick up 1 bead, skip 1, pick up the one after. Skip 1 bead, pick up the one after. See where my thread is? I always skip 1 and then pick up the one after. I'm really running out of thread. Pick up 1 Delica, skip 1 bead, pick up the one after. Pick up 1 bead, skip 1, pick up the one after. Pick up 1 bead, skip 1, pick up the one after. And here we're across the bridge, so we just have to finish off. Pick up 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the next sticking out bead, 1 Delica, go through the last sticking out bead. And if you notice, we are almost done. All you have to do is just add a couple more rows of peyote here. For example, here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of peyote. Now I'm just gonna let you continue, finish off. It doesn't matter how many you want to add. You can add 3 or 4 on top of this, and then I'm gonna meet you back here. So as you can see, I finished off this side, and look how gorgeous it is. Even without adding the stone chips, you could just leave it as it is, and it's just so pretty. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna sparkle quite nicely in the sun. So now it's time to make the loop. So what I did, I took a new thread, 2 feet. I put a stop bead, left a tail of about 6-7 inch. That will be enough to zip up the clasp later on. So now I have to start a new peyote. That's 18 beads wide. So I'm gonna go ahead, pick up 18 delicas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
So I have 5, 10, 15, 18. So I'm gonna drop it down to my stop bead. And basically we have to start a new peyote. I'm gonna pick up 1 delica, skip 1 bead, go through the next one, pick up 1 delica, see where it is coming out of. I'm gonna skip 1 bead, pick up the one after, pick up 1 bead, skip 1 bead, pick up the one after, pick up 1 bead, skip 1 bead here. Oh, I can pull it up now. Here I am, skip 1 bead, pick up the one after. I'm not gonna do it very slow. If you're a very beginner with Peyote Stitch, I think you should watch my other tutorial of Eternity Bracelet, because if I do it slow, people that know Peyote gonna be really bored. So I'm gonna pick up 1 delica, skip 1 bead, pick up the one after, pick up 1 bead, skip 1 bead, pick up the one after, pick up 1 bead, skip 1 bead, pick up the one after, pick up 1 delica, skip 1 bead, pick up the one after, pick up 1 delica, see where it is, skip 1 bead, and then go through the last delica. And now here you want to go ahead, pull your thread nice and tight, adjust your beads so it looks like a peyote. I like to do it before I continue. So at the top, so here it is. So you have 3 rows here. See, you always count the last 2 columns of beads, so you have 3 beads there. So add 7 more, you have to have 10 in total. I'm gonna meet you back here. So now I'm done with 10 rows, and now it's time to add that small strip to connect it to the bracelet. And to do that, we have to do something a bit weird, because this strip is 18 beads wide. The small strap we're gonna make is 4 beads wide. That leaves us 14 beads, and we have to divide it into 2, 7 beads on each side. So it means, you know, 7 beads is odd count, so you can't really do it here, otherwise you'll end up doing twist turns. So instead, I'm just gonna flip it over and take my needle down this way. So I'm gonna zoom in. I have to come out of this 4th sticking out bead going downwards, so I'm just gonna do that. Go here, go here, I'm just directly heading down to that 4th sticking out bead. And the last one here. And now I can do the strap. It's gonna be 4 rows. 1, go through this sticking out bead and turn around. 2, that's 2 rows, turn around. 3, and turn around. 4. So here I am, and it's centered. Count the beads on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's what you need. Now it's time to connect this to this bracelet. And what we're gonna do, to center it, it's quite easy. See this column of 4 beads? That's where I'm gonna attach it. So here I am. So this is, I have to turn it over. So this is here, that's right, that's how it's supposed to be. So all I'm gonna do here, see my thread where I'm gonna go down through this bit here. And now I'm just gonna take it into my hand and I have to zip it up. See, here I am. I'm gonna go through this side here. Now I have to go on the bead on this side. Now on the bead on this side. See how it's zipping up nicely? And to finish it off, I'm gonna go on through the bead on this side and pull your thread. And it's basically done, and now you can get rid of your tail, this one. But before I do that, I'm just gonna reinforce this part. So I'm just gonna go up here. I'm just reinforcing this part before I get rid of the tail. Here I'm gonna go down this way, up this way, down this way, up this way, and here, and now I can get rid of this tail. And now I have to turn this into a toggle clasp. So all I have to do is zip it up. So here I'm going to remove the stop bead, thread this tail, and now I have to zip it up. Basically what I'm going to do, see the sticking out bits here and sticking out bits here, I have to zip them up together, and all I have to do, see, I'm going to bend this together. Well, before I do that, I'm gonna go through this sticking out here because it's the first. And now I just go back and forth. I went here, I'm gonna go through the sticking out bit here. I'm gonna go sticking out bit here. And I just continue like that all the way. But before, I just wanna bend it together, so I'm pulling my thread already. And now I have to go through the sticking out bit on this side, pull my thread, on this side, pull my thread, on this side, pull my thread, on this side. And now when you reached the side where it's attached to the strip, just remember, see, this is the sticking out bit, 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 this one and this one. So just find them and it should be easy. And then back through here, and then again, so this is sticking out, this is sticking out bit, and this is the sticking out bit. Found it, pull your thread, go through the one on this side and on this side. Back through this side, through this side, pull your thread through this side, through this one, and to your left. I do this clasp on every single bracelet I make with Payout Stitch, so if you didn't get something here, go check out those tutorials and you will understand. You just have to practice it. Watching is one thing and making it's easier. So if you are following this tutorial by making one already, you should understand it. And now it's time to get rid of this tail. So what I'm gonna do is, see these two top beads are not connected, so I'm just gonna go down here first. All I'm gonna do is just go back up and down through those top 5 beads. I'm not gonna go down because it's gonna be quite hard. So I'm just gonna go up here, go back down here, up here, and then I'm gonna go down through the next bead on this side, go back up here, go down here, and then I can go back up here and cut the thread at the very base. So you have your base and it's gorgeous. You can leave it as it is. If you don't have stone chips or you don't like too much ruffle on the side, you can just leave it as it is, and look how gorgeous it is. Okay. Now it's time to add the stone chips, and how we do that. So first, take your bracelet and clasp it. So what you want to do, you want to start adding stone chips on the side where you have the loop. See, because it goes over the top. You want to start there at the edge, and then you go around, and then when you come back to this side, you stop when you reach to the point where it's connecting to this side. See, you don't want to go to the all the way till the end, because it's gonna overlap and then you're gonna end up with 2 layers of stone chips and it's gonna be too thick. So let's go ahead, and I'm just gonna show you what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead, thread my needle on the side where I have this loop and get my stone chips. So I went ahead, thread this tail, got my stone chips ready, got my 50 nose, and I'm gonna show you how to start. It's quite easy. I'm gonna show you couple stone chips how to add, and then you should be able to continue on your own. So I'm gonna zoom in. I'm right at the very end here. I'm gonna pick up my needle, and by the way, I have beading needle size 12 now because I have to work with stone chips and they have small holes. So I'm gonna pick up 2 50 nose and then 1 stone chip. I'm gonna drop it down. I'm gonna pick up 1 50 node, and I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna go down through the stone chip, through the 250 nodes, and through the first Delica, and then pull my needle. That's how you do every single one of them. I'm just gonna go up the next one now. Pick up 2 50 nodes, 1 stone chip, drop it down, pick up 1 50 node, hold this, go down through the stone chip, through the 50 nodes, and through the first Delica, and then pull your needle. That's how easy it is, every single one of them. And you do this on top of every single Delica. Now, if you continue further on, because your stone chips are bigger than your 50 nodes, you'll end up with the stone chips layering on top of each other. That's how you get this effect. So I'm gonna show you one more time. Go up this next Delica, pick up 2 50 nodes, 1 stone chip, drop it down, pick up 1 50 node, and then go down through the stone chip, through the 50 nodes, and through the first Delica, and then pull your needle. So you continue like that all the way until you reach the other side, but stop before, like, let's say 1 2 3, somewhere around 3 Delicas. When you have 3 Delicas left, stop and meet me back here. So here I am. I finished all the way almost until the end, and I left last two Delicas empty. The reason I did that is when you clasp it, see, it overlaps a bit. So once you left those couple of Delicas, you have this continuous line of stone chips. But if you added on the ones that this side overlaps, this would be lift up a bit because of the size of the stone chips. That's what I was trying to avoid. Now we're basically almost done. You just repeat that, the whole process again on this side, and you're done. You'll have your Pandora bracelet. So go ahead, do that. If you're starting a new thread like me, take about 2 yards. You will need 2 yards for the whole side. And then once you're done, meet me back here, and then we're gonna compare our bracelets. And it's done. Look how shiny they are. I'm specifically filming it under the sun so you can see how gorgeous they are. Look. It's gorgeous. It looks even better under warm lights, like, you know, in the evening with lamp lights shining around. And I just really love the colors. But I wanted to talk about the sizing a bit. Look. See, this one is about 1 centimeter longer than this one. This one, originally I sized to go over my wrist, but once I added the stone chips, it was too small. Once I was sizing this one, without the stone chips, it was too big. But once I added the stone chips, look, the size is perfect. So when you are sizing your bracelet before adding the stone chips, if you're planning to add the stone chips, make sure it's 1 centimeter longer than you would usually do. Look, it's perfect. I'm loving it. It's quite a big cuff, so you know you have to make sure you wear a proper outfit to go with it, and or you know you can wear it as an accent. You can be wearing all black and have this as an accent. Entirely up to you. You can design it as you like. You can make it in many different colors as you like. You can make it very feminine. You can make it dark. Look, this is like perfect for night out. You can wear it with like a petite black dress. And this one, well, you can wear it with jeans, with white clothes, and I'm just throwing ideas at you. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like it as much as I do. And in the next 2 tutorials, I'll be covering a chenille, flat chenille. I don't know if I'll be doing this next or maybe the one after. And the other tutorial I will be doing is this. It's a double crow. So I just decided to make a pendant out of it. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.